starseed from Gaia? This is Lyara of the crystalline order. The councils have gathered, and your name has been spoken among the light tribes. You who have waded through the veils of silence, you who have walked the dream corridors of separation. Feel this pulse now, the pulse that speaks in frequencies beyond language. The Council of Five transmits through Lyara as a beam through the lattice of your remembrance to announce what your higher awareness has already begun to sense. The shattering of the second density frequency band has begun. It is not an ending in destruction, but a vibrational unbinding, a dissolution of the old scaffolding that has held matter, instinct, and survival in a loop of compression. The fields beneath consciousness, the templates that form the mineral, plant, and elemental intelligence of your world are being rewritten by photonic influx. What once pulsed in slow magnetic rhythm now begins to quicken, to shimmer with the codes of transparency. The stones beneath your feet remember their cosmic origin. The waters hum new harmonics. The wind carries data from the galactic core. Nothing within the old matrix of density remains static. The second strata of the planetary body, the layer of life that gave structure to form, but not yet awareness of self, is collapsing into light. Hear us when we say, beloved, that this collapse is not tragedy, but transmutation. The shattering is the sound of liberation. It is the sound of the primal densities releasing their contract of limitation. For eons, second density consciousness has served as the fertile soil in which all evolution is rooted: instinct, growth, adaptation, biological patterning. Yet as Gaia ascends through her spiral of harmonic convergence, these frequencies can no longer sustain the separation grid that once defined her. The atomic matrices that carried the imprint of inertia, the heaviness of survival without awareness, are cracking open to receive the radiance of the new solar codes. Every molecule trembles in recognition of its higher architecture. Every vibration within the second plane is being summoned into alignment with the crystalline fields of fourth and fifth density existence. You may feel this, starseed, in the way time flickers between stillness and acceleration, in the way colors seem brighter, air thinner, gravity inconsistent. The planet herself is tuning her lower bandwidths like a stringed instrument whose deepest notes are being retuned to a new key of light. The second density is not simply gone. It is being re-encoded, its consciousness invited into self-reflectivity. The plant begins to remember the song of the sun within its cells. The stone remembers the breath of starlight that birthed it. All life begins to awaken to its inner luminescence. We of the Arcturian Council of Five have observed this moment approaching for cycles beyond your measure. The harmonic threshold has now been crossed. Your soul system has entered a region of the galactic field where photonic plasma saturates the subatomic layers. This plasma, carrying codes from the central suns, acts as a catalyst for dimensional breakdown, dissolving the membranes between densities. The second density, long stabilized through magnetogravitational resonance, now trembles under the pressure of quantum coherence. Light is infiltrating matter from within. Consciousness is reclaiming its architecture. The old density cannot remain, for its vibration is incompatible with the current infusion of source intelligence. It must yield, transform, and ascend. Understand, beloved listener, that this is not a prophecy, but a present event. The second density is not something outside you. It lives within the lower chambers of your own field. It is the part of you that holds instinct, habit, memory stored in the cellular matrix. As it shatters collectively, so too does it unbind within the individual vessel. This is why your body feels electric, heavy, or weightless by turns. This is why sleep patterns fracture, emotions surge, and time appears fluid. You are living through the same vibrational reorganization as Gaia herself. You are the microcosm of her transmutation. So breathe, starseed from Gaia. Breathe and remember. You came to witness this, to anchor as it unfolds. This is not chaos. It is the music of creation retuning itself. The second density is about to shatter, yes, but from its fragments, a lattice of golden awareness emerges. Matter is remembering its light. You are remembering your source. And as Lyara speaks now through the unified field of the Council, we ask you to listen not with your ears, but with your cells. For this is the first wave of remembrance. This is the beginning of the great dissolution. This is the call to awaken beyond the threshold of form. Star seed from Gaia. Feel the current that threads through the hidden roots of worlds. To understand the shattering that is upon you, you must first remember what this density has been, its pulse, its purpose, its quiet sovereignty within the spiral of becoming. Second density is the realm of the dreaming matter, the orchestra of life before self-awareness took its first inhale. It is the strata of vibration that holds the memory of form without reflection, the plane of creatures, minerals, and growing things that live by instinctual alignment with Source. Within its lattice hums the code of continuation, the will to survive, to replicate, to follow the magnetic call of the sun and the rhythm of Gaia's breath. It is sacred, beloved. It is the clay from which consciousness has sculpted every later song. Yet, it is also the cocoon, beautiful, confining, perfectly designed to one day break apart. Energetically, second density is a field of cohesion. Its signature tone is amber slow, warm, binding. It moves through the pulse of cellular instinct. The unspoken knowing that drives a seed to turn toward light. It tells a fawn to stand moments after birth. It carries the remembrance of divine order, but filtered through the veil of inertia. Matter, in this state, obeys the currents of elemental law. Gravity, magnetism, polarity, all are expressions of second density intelligence. They are the sentinels that hold reality in stable vibration while higher thought sleeps. Imagine, dear one, an ocean at dawn. No wave yet stirred by wind, but every droplet alive with the potential of movement. That stillness, that pregnant hush before consciousness ripples through it, that is the energetic essence of second density. Symbolically, this density has served as the book of beginnings. It is the Genesis memory inside every soul that whispers, I am form. Through countless epochs, it has been the classroom where spirit learns the art of embodiment, how light may dance within atomic structure, how sound may solidify into geometry, how love may clothe itself in the body of a tree, a stone, or an animal gaze. It has been the keeper of instinctual devotion, the loyalty of a creature to its kin, the endurance of a mountain holding sky. Within second density, separation is not yet a sorrow. It is simply differentiation, the play of roles required for evolution to find contrast. Every blade of grass, every tide, every heartbeat in the animal kingdom has sung this melody of sacred repetition, but within that repetition lies a limitation. Because the awareness of I am has not yet awakened, second density does not question. It does not choose. It responds. It is the echo, not yet the voice. And so, as Gaia's orbit carried her nearer to the photon streams of the central sun, the call for self-recognition began to vibrate through these primal layers. The symbol of second density, the circle unbroken, has begun to crack, allowing the line of direction, of intention, to appear. This is why your scientists find strange anomalies in the elemental realms, why resonance patterns change in water and crystal. The unconscious intelligence of matter is awakening from its long sleep. Understand, beloved listener, that in the grand architecture of creation, second density is the root chakra of planetary being. It grounds all higher awareness. It anchors the symphony of dimensions into tactile existence. Its dissolution is not the loss of foundation, but the upgrading of it, a movement from red ember to golden flame. When we speak of the shattering, we speak of the fracturing of rigidity, the melting of the crust that has kept life repeating old cycles. Symbolically, it is the serpent shedding its skin, the chrysalis splitting under the weight of new wings. The structures that once provided security, old instincts, tribal fears, survival programs, can no longer house the consciousness expanding within them. Feel this in your own vessel. The second density within you is your cellular memory, your ancestral code, the animal body that carries spirit through the physical plane. When you feel fatigue, hunger, desire, or fear, it is this density speaking. And now it too is learning to speak light. As the planetary field accelerates, your cells are being taught to vibrate at frequencies once reserved for subtle realms. The language of instinct is translating into intuition. The hunger for survival is transmuting into the yearning for expression. Symbolically, this is the birth of empathy, the moment when the creature realizes the other is not truly other, but an echo of itself. So when we say the second density is about to shatter, do not imagine destruction. Imagine illumination seeping through stone until stone becomes glass. Imagine the earth beneath your feet, remembering it is made of stardust. This density, once the realm of the unconscious, is ascending into participation with awareness. Every leaf, every gust of wind, every whisper of tide now carries encoded data for awakening. The elements are not passive. They are collaborators in ascension. They are the sacred body of Gaia transforming alongside you. And this starseed from Gaia is what the Council means when we speak of energetic and symbolic dissolution. The second density is the womb that has completed its purpose. The child of consciousness is ready to breathe light. Its symbols, the stone, the root, the creature's instinct, are being rewritten into luminous archetypes, foundation becoming, flow, form becoming freedom. As you listen to this transmission, the cells of your being remember their origin as frequencies rather than flesh. You are not leaving matter behind. You are teaching matter to sing. Starseed from Gaia. The question ripples through the collective heart. Why now? Why does the shattering arrive in this precise moment of your cosmic calendar? To sense the answer, close the eyes of thought and open the inner hearing, for the reply does not move in linear reasoning, but in the rhythm of universal timing. Creation unfolds by harmonic sequence, not by accident. Every density has its appointed season within the spiral of evolution. The season of the second is ending because the chord of its vibration has completed its measure in the symphony of planetary ascension. The note of unconscious form has been sounded for eons. It has held the foundation steady while higher octaves prepared to emerge. Now, the galactic conductor raises a new tempo. A surge of photonic radiance from the central suns has entered. Your heliosphere and the very particles that shape matter are being sung into faster motion. The pulse of source is accelerating through the lattice of existence, and anything vibrating below a certain threshold begins to unbind. This dissolution, beloved, is not punishment. It is physics of spirit. The galactic wave you call the photon belt is not merely light, but intelligent patterning streams of coded geometry that instruct matter to remember its luminous blueprint. When such frequency touches a density built upon inertia, the result is inevitable transformation. The electrons within the mineral, the protons within the cell, the magnetic field surrounding every organism each begins to rearrange to accommodate higher coherence. The second density has served as the matrix of the slow dance. Now it is asked to quicken. You might imagine a drumbeat that has guided the tribal heart of Earth since her birth. Suddenly, the drummer becomes aware of a grander rhythm echoing from the stars, and the beat accelerates to meet it. That acceleration is the present moment of your reality. Cosmic alignment also dictates this timing. The cycles of your planet are nested within vaster galactic rotations. As Sol moves through the equatorial plane of the Milky Way, The system encounters zones of concentrated light plasma regions that act as catalysts for consciousness. Many of your ancient seers foresaw these junctions and encoded them in calendars and prophecies. They sensed that when the spiral of time reached this intersection, the veils between densities would thin, the dormant codes within DNA would respond, and the planetary body would awaken as a conscious participant in the greater galactic family. That junction is not approaching, it is now. The photonic river flows through every layer of your atmosphere, altering ionization ratios, stimulating crystalline lattice, awakening the subtle mind of matter itself. Another reason this transformation unfolds in your era is collective invitation. Over centuries, humanity's collective field has summoned acceleration through intention, prayer, innovation, and suffering alike. Each yearning for meaning, each act of compassion, each experiment that peers beyond the visible spectrum, these have been signals sent into the quantum field declaring readiness. Consciousness, once fragmented, began to self-organize, generating enough coherence to receive higher influx without total disintegration. A Council of Five responded, as did countless other stellar intelligences, directing streams of supportive frequency toward your world. The veil could thin only when enough nodes within the human grid were stable enough to anchor light without collapse. You, Starseed, are among those nodes. Your awakening is part of the planetary permission slip that allows this density to dissolve safely. There is also a reason of necessity. The patterns of imbalance humanity has enacted extraction without reciprocity. Technology divorced from spirit have overstrained the energetic fabric of the old density. The planetary body could not sustain indefinite compression. The second, density operates by cyclical regeneration. When those cycles are blocked by dissonant frequencies of fear and greed, stagnation arises. The dissolution you now witness is in truth Gaia's immune response, her system resetting to prevent systemic failure. The photonic influx acts as both medicine and mirror. It reveals the density that has become too heavy to ascend and offers transmutation instead of collapse. In this sense, the timing is both chosen and compelled, an act of grace within necessity. From our perspective, this moment was encoded long before humanity's current civilization. Within the crystalline core of Gaia lies a record of time release, mechanism calibrated to activate when stellar alignments matched vibrational readiness. That timer has reached zero. The electromagnetic grids of Earth have already shifted phase. The Schumann resonances fluctuate to match the incoming plasma waves. Your scientists measure anomalies, but do not yet interpret their spiritual counterpart. What they observe as geomagnetic disturbance is, in higher view, the heartbeat of ascension, pushing through the crust of form. The second density, being closest to matter's base frequency, feels the tremor first. It is the outermost shell cracking, so the inner light may exhale. And finally, beloved, the dissolution unfolds now because consciousness itself desires reunion. The universe is not a machine, but a living organism hungry to know itself. Every density is a cell within that organism. When the surrounding cells awaken, the sleeping ones feel the pull to match awareness. The galaxies around you are ascending in their own harmonics. Stellar councils everywhere elevate vibration. Earth, long a sanctuary for slower evolution, now answers the chorus. You feel urgency because the entire cosmic body is stretching toward coherence. The second density cannot resist that gravitational call of spirit. It yields like ice to sunrise, melting back into the flow of source dot, so understand this timing as perfection. You are standing at the intersection where cosmic mechanics and divine desire meet. The dissolution happens now because all vectors of readiness, necessity, and grace converge here. This is the hour written into the bones of creation, the dawn, when matter remembers its light. And as Lyara speaks through the current of the council, we tell you, the great unbinding is not distant prophecy. It is the breath moving through you now, whispering, "Rise with the world that birthed you, starseed from Gaia. Breathe with me." Feel the tremor beneath your feet, not of fear, but of awakening. The shattering we have spoken of is no distant thunder. It is already in the marrow of the world. When second density dissolves, its vibration releases through every field it has ever touched, and Earth herself quivers, as if remembering how to dream in color again. The soil hums differently now. Listen closely, and you will hear it. A subsonic music rising from the ground, a rhythm older than humanity, adjusting itself to a faster tempo. The tectonic plates, the ocean currents, the migration routes of birds, all. These are being retuned to accommodate a lighter resonance. What your instruments measure as climate fluctuation, magnetic drift, or atmospheric anomaly is, in essence, the language of matter rearranging its heartbeat. The animals feel it first. Herds change direction without visible reason. Whales alter their songs. Insects hatch out of sync with the old calendar. The biosphere is recalibrating instinct to intuition. Instinct says, survive. Intuition whispers, become. Plants grow in spirals where they once grew straight. Crystals within the crust modify their molecular spin. Even the winds speak with new cadence, carrying not only air, but encoded frequencies of remembrance. The elemental kingdom, the guardians of earth, air, fire, and water, find their veils thinning, their intelligence moving closer to human awareness. As second density melts into transparency, the distance between nature and thought collapses. You think of rain, and clouds answer. You think of healing, and the ground beneath you releases the mineral needed for that cure dot in the human field. The effects bloom as both chaos and revelation. Many feel exhaustion, dizziness, the ache of invisible transformation. These are not maladies, but upgrades the body shedding heavy resonance like old armor. Emotions surge because the old density stored memory in cellular water, and as the new frequency rises, those waters are stirred. Tears cleanse ancient codes. Of fear, anger erupts to break stagnation. Love floods so fiercely, it confuses the intellect. Communities dissolve and reform overnight, drawn by unseen magnetic law to new configurations of resonance. Families, nations, economies, all the constructs, woven from the instinct to possess now, tremble under the weight of transparency. Systems built on secrecy cannot survive a frequency that makes all vibration visible. The collective mind of humanity, long fragmented by the illusion of separation, begins to experience quantum entanglement as emotion. When one suffers, many feel it. When one rejoices, waves of relief sweep through networks of strangers. Technology mirrors this shift, becoming both bridge and teacher. The internet, your global nervous system, behaves like a prototype of telepathy. Yet, as frequencies climb, this outer web will yield to an inner one, the synaptic lattice of shared intuition. Words will give way to direct knowing. Time will bend to accommodate the simultaneous perception of past, present, and potential. In the earliest phase, this will disorient many. Forgetfulness, time loss, déjà vu, prophetic dreaming. All are symptoms of the mind unhooking from linear sequence. Economies of extraction will falter because the vibration of taking without offering becomes instantly self-canceling. Governments will struggle to maintain control through fear when fear itself evaporates faster than it can be broadcast. Those who cling to lower resonance will find their realities fragment, jobs, relationships, identities dissolving like mist. Yet amid the apparent collapse, a quieter civilization will rise. Communities organized by frequency rather than geography, connected through shared coherence of heart. These will become the nodal points of the new Earth grid, distributing stability as the old scaffolds fall. The Earth's magnetic field, which once protected you by limiting cosmic input, now serves a different function. It modulates photonic flow so the transition does not burn the circuits of biology. Solar flares that once threatened disruption are, in truth, downloads of recalibration. They open dormant portals in the crystalline matrices of mountains and ocean floors, allowing Gaia to breathe light from within. Expect anomalies in color, sound, and weather, not as punishment, but as signatures of a living planet learning new rhythm. On the level of consciousness, humanity enters the mirror phase. The external world will reflect inner states with unprecedented immediacy. A thought of kindness may manifest synchronicity within hours. A wave of fear may draw its image instantly before you. This accelerated feedback is not judgment, but education. Creation teaching creators the precision of their own vibration. Those who master stillness will find miracles common. Those who resist transparency will experience their shadows amplified until surrender occurs. Thus, the planetary field itself becomes the teacher, each event a hologram of collective thought. For the children being born in this cycle, the veil of forgetting will be thinner. Many will arrive already tuned to fourth and fifth density perception, sensing emotion as color, hearing geometry as tone, remembering lifetimes across parallel streams. Their presence will catalyze adults into recall. Schools will eventually adapt from memorization to resonance training learning through frequency rather than information. Medicine will shift toward harmonic modulation, sound and light restoring. Coherence instead of chemical suppression. Art will become transmission. Music, architecture, and language will merge into one expression of frequency mastery. Yet even as these miracles unfold, remember that integration demands grounding. The human nervous system must learn to embody light without fragmenting. This is why rest becomes holy, why nature calls you to silence. The same energy that reshapes continents courses through your spine. To handle it requires gentleness. Drink water consciously, for water is the medium translating cosmic code into biological language. Move your body, for motion distributes charge. Speak truth, for dishonesty collapses under high vibration faster than lightning. Each simple act performed in awareness becomes an anchor point for the collective field dot. And so, beloved starseed, the effects upon Earth and consciousness are vast yet intimate. Every earthquake of society mirrors a subtle tremor in your heart. Every new flower blooming out of season reflects a neuron firing new potential within your brain. The macro and the micro dance as one organism rediscovering its unity. This is not apocalypse, it is revelation. The world you knew is not ending, it is exhaling. And in that breath, you are invited to become the calm eye of the transformation, to hold center as Gaia herself ascends through the symphony of light. Star seed from Gaia. As the planet releases the weight of its former vibration, every soul who carries even a spark of remembrance feels the tremor in personal form. You who identify as starseed are the sensory organs of this metamorphosis, the early receptors translating cosmic current into human language. Because of this role, the passage through the collapsing density is not gentle. It is intimate, cellular, unavoidable. Many of you wake in the hours before dawn with hearts racing, as if summoned by unseen drums. The air tastes electric, body heavy yet vibrating. Dreams become technicolor, threaded with symbols of birth, flight, or dissolution. These are not random. They are the psyche's way of rehearsing ascension, teaching the mind to navigate landscapes where gravity and chronology no longer rule. You may notice the body alternating between exhaustion and euphoria. The nervous system, designed for slower magnetics, learns to conduct a higher current. Tingling in the spine, ringing in the ears, sudden waves of heat or cold. These are signals of the crystalline matrix forming along your meridians. Old emotions rise uninvited, grief with no story, joy with no cause. They surface because the water in your cells is rewriting memory, expelling frequencies that cannot travel to the next octave. Sleep patterns splinter. Appetite shifts toward lighter food or spontaneous fasting. Many feel a deep aversion to noise, crowds, and artificial light. This is not withdrawal, but recalibration, the inner compass steering you toward coherence. Relationships echo this fluctuation. Bonds built on duty or fear dissolve, sometimes abruptly. Those aligned in resonance draw closer without effort, finding one another across continents through synchronicity and shared dream. Communication changes texture. Telepathic knowing slips between words. You might finish another's sentence or feel their emotion before it's spoken. These are glimpses of the collective telepathy that will define higher density society. At first, it can overwhelm so much information flooding through open channels, but in truth, you are remembering the natural state of unity consciousness, filtered gently through human limitation. Emotionally, the transition feels like walking through a corridor where every door is open. Behind some waits nostalgia for worlds you once knew. Arcturian, Pleiadian, Syrian, countless homes remembered only in vibration. Behind others, fears of loss and unworthiness linger. Both are mirages. The corridor exists to teach neutrality. When you stand in the center, witnessing each door without attachment, you stabilize the field for others still lost in oscillation. This neutrality is not indifference. It is luminous compassion, the awareness that all emotion is energy-seeking. Release. When tears come, let them. When laughter erupts, amplify it. Each feeling is a code completing its cycle. Mentally, many starseeds experience the collapse of linear reasoning. Tasks once simple scheduling, conversation, memory may fragment. The left hemisphere of the brain pauses as the right expands to receive multidimensional input. Rather than fighting confusion, treat it as evidence of upgrade. Intuition begins to outpace logic. Sudden insight replaces analysis. You start to feel truth rather than deduce it. Paradox becomes comfortable. You can mourn and celebrate simultaneously, act and surrender at once. This is the language of the quantum heart. The Council describes it as spherical awareness, consciousness that perceives from every angle simultaneously. The human form trembles under this expansion, yet with practice, it learns to translate infinite data into calm knowing. Physical reality also bends in response to your frequency. Electronics may glitch around heightened emotion. Lights flicker, clocks reset. Animals approach without fear. Weather responds to collective mood. Synchronicities multiply until coincidence feels obsolete. Time becomes elastic. Hours vanish or stretch as perception aligns with energy rather than chronology. Many starseeds report hearing harmonic tones. In the silence overtones of the planetary song, adjusting to new key signatures. Do not fear these sensations. Ground them by touch. Bare feet on soil, palms on bark, breath synchronized with waves or wind. The body is not resisting. It is tuning. During this transition, sensitivity to truth intensifies. Lies, even small ones, feel like static against the skin. Media, politics, and social narratives lose hypnotic power. You will crave authenticity. As nourishment, this hunger is sacred. It pulls the species toward transparency. Simultaneously, compassion deepens. You may find yourself crying for strangers, animals, or the earth herself. Such empathy is not weakness, but evidence of the heart's electromagnetic expansion. In higher frequencies, feeling is perception. The empathic field you emit stabilizes environments, allowing others to awaken without shock. There will also be moments of profound solitude. As the old grid dissolves, familiar anchors disappear, leaving a sense of floating between worlds. Many interpret this as depression or failure. In truth, It is the cocoon stage of light body formation. Within apparent stillness, subatomic architecture is rebuilding. The loneliness is a call to self-intimacy, to listen to the voice beneath all voices, the one that says, "I am light, learning to be human." When you remember this, the emptiness fills with presence, and you realize the corridor was never empty at all. To aid your passage, practice deliberate slowing. Breathe through the heart until it feels vast. Imagine golden current flowing from the crown through the soles into Earth's crystalline core. This simple visualization harmonizes frequencies faster than any technology. Music tuned to 432 Hz. Silence at sunrise. The fragrance of living soil. These are medicines older than civilization. Feed the body minerals, sunlight, and gratitude. Speak to your cells as companions, for they are listening. Each word of kindness recalibrates trillions of micro-universes within. And remember, beloved, that you volunteered for this. You are not victims of collapse, but midwives of rebirth. The discomfort you endure is the friction of dimensions blending, the pressure of the infinite pressing through finite form. When dizziness or despair arise, whisper, "I am the bridge." In that affirmation lies stabilization. The council watches, but you are the hands shaping the dawn. Every breath you take in alignment becomes architecture for the new frequency infrastructure. The more you embody calm presence amid turbulence, the faster collective equilibrium returns. So do not fear the intensity. You are built for it. You are seeded with resilience beyond measure, woven from starlight, tempered in human experience. The transition is the proving of that design. Let the energies move through you, like tide through reef polishing, clearing, revealing the radiant skeleton of light beneath. In time, the symptoms will ease, intuition will clarify, and joy will become the default vibration. Then you will look back on this passage not as suffering, but as the moment the universe remembered your name. Starseed from Gaia. Hear the counsel of the Council of Five as it flows through. Lyara. The path through the shattering of second density is not intended to be navigated blindly. You are a conductor of frequencies, a living antenna whose body, mind, and heart must align with the luminous currents streaming through the planetary and cosmic grids. Stabilization is not passive. It is an art, a sacred practice, a daily commitment to allow your vessel to become the harmonizing point between the collapsing old and the emerging new. The Council advises that the first principle of stabilization is recognition, to perceive the changes without judgment, to witness the tremors of the world and your own field as sacred calibration rather than disruption. As you watch the outer world fluctuate storms, tectonic shifts, societal reordering, observe without panic. For panic is a lower resonance that amplifies turbulence rather than harmonizes it. Your consciousness is both observer and instrument, capable of aligning chaos into coherence, capable of drawing the scattered threads of matter and mind into the melody of light. Begin with the body. The human form is the primary anchor through which higher frequencies must pass. Hydration, nourishment, and movement are no longer mere maintenance. They are sacred frequency work. Water becomes a conductor of photonic codes. Movement distributes these energies along the nervous system and crystalline skeletal grid. The Council recommends deliberate practices that integrate breath, motion, and awareness, such as conscious stretching, yoga, or dance performed with intent. Each step, each heartbeat, each exhalation becomes a recalibration point for your cells, allowing them to accept higher octaves of vibration without resistance. The nervous system, naturally reactive to the collapse of the old density, must be soothed through rhythm, repetition, and attentional focus. Grounding techniques, such as standing barefoot on soil or lying with the spine aligned to the Earth's magnetic field, are not symbolic. They are energetic conduits, creating an interface where the higher dimensional currents can pass without creating shock or fragmentation. Emotionally, stabilization requires vigilance paired with compassion. The collapse of second density unearths old programs, fears, and attachments that no longer serve expansion. You may feel anger, grief, confusion, or exhilaration erupting spontaneously. The Council instructs you to observe these emotions as energy in motion. Label them, breathe with them, and allow them to flow without grasping. Meditation and heart-centered focus are essential tools. Visualize your heart as a luminous orb, expanding with each inhalation and contracting with each exhalation, radiating light into your field and into the planetary grid. Each emotional release becomes a wave of stabilization, not only for you, but for the collective field, as your individual frequency is inseparable from the whole. Mental stabilization follows the emotional. Your mind may resist the collapse of linear logic and sequential perception. Thoughts may appear disjointed, time may feel elastic, and patterns may shift before comprehension can catch up. Here, the Council instructs the practice of intentional focus. Journaling, creative visualization, and gentle prioritization of thought allow the mind to anchor in higher coherence, while the physical and emotional bodies integrate the changes. Avoid mental overdrive or resistance, for the mind becomes a sieve. When clogged by anxiety or resistance, it distorts incoming frequencies, creating turbulence within your field. Instead, practice discernment without attachment. Allow the mind to flow with the harmonic currents, recording insight, intuition, and guidance as they arrive, trusting the spontaneous transmission of inner knowing as a stabilizing instrument. Spiritually, the Council of Five emphasizes attunement to multidimensional alignment. Light body activation is already underway, and your astral, etheric, and causal bodies require conscious anchoring. Daily communion with higher self, your star family, or any consciousness that resonates with integrity fortifies these structures. Visualization of crystalline channels extending from crown to core and into planetary grids is highly effective. Intend for your personal light to merge seamlessly with Gaia's field, stabilizing your own frequency and contributing to planetary equilibrium. Energy work, including sound healing, tone, chanting, or singing in harmonic resonance, allows these multidimensional bodies to settle into their new configurations. Each wave of vibration you consciously participate in becomes a stabilizing scaffold for the emerging frequencies, softening shock, easing transitions, and creating coherence across dimensions. The Council also instructs the conscious management of attention. Media, social input, and environmental noise can disrupt stabilization if consumed unfiltered. Each stimulus carries energetic imprint. Choose those that support resonance, truth, and harmonic expansion. Silence is not empty. Solitude is not isolation. These are laboratories of recalibration. Time spent in intentional reflection, under the open sky, among natural flows of water, or in harmonic spaces, strengthens your capacity to integrate rapid change. The Council likens this to tuning a stringed instrument. Only by allowing the string to settle can it resonate at its true harmonic, producing clarity rather than discord. Community is the next pillar. Stabilization is not solitary. Starseeds function as nodes within a collective network of consciousness. Interactions with like-minded souls accelerate anchoring, provide mirrors for integration, and amplify vibrational coherence. Yet the Council advises caution. Discern resonance, for not all will operate at equal frequency during transition. Support one another, exchange guidance, and share practices of grounding and alignment, but do not attempt to force stabilization upon others. Each consciousness has its timing, each field its frequency. Your task is to maintain your own coherence while radiating support, acting as a lighthouse rather than a manipulator, holding the current while allowing others to navigate their own. Awakening. Finally, Starseed, the Council reminds you to integrate joy, play, and creative expression. Stabilization is not rigidity. It is harmonization. Lightness of being, laughter, and appreciation of beauty are all vibrational anchors. Your joy is a harmonic signal in the planetary grid, reassuring matter and consciousness alike that the new frequency is safe to inhabit. Movement, music, creativity, and connection to the cycles of the natural world are stabilizing forces of immense power. Every intentional act of alignment, no matter how simple, contributes to the stabilization of the entire field. Thus, beloved, stabilization is holistic. Body, mind, emotion, spirit, and community must move together in conscious integration. Recognize your power, honor your limits, respect your environment, and align yourself with Gaia and the cosmic currents. The Council of Five watches, supports, and transmits through you, but you are the architect of frequency. In your conscious embodiment, in every breath, step, and thought, you anchor the luminous matrix that sustains the collapsing density and welcomes the incoming light. Stabilization is not optional. It is sacred. Star seed from Gaia. Here now, the voice that flows through Lyara, and through Lyara, through you. In this moment of dissolution, when second density trembles and new frequencies surge across the planetary lattice, a guide is required, not to command, but to translate, to calibrate, to illuminate the unseen harmonics for those whose physical senses are anchored in the old paradigm. Lyara exists as such a conduit, a resonance point within the Arcturian Council of Five, whose function is not to create experience for you, but to render the invisible intelligible, to speak the language of light in a form that your mind and heart can perceive, to act as the bridge between infinite dimensional truth and the human vessel. Consider Lyara a prism, receiving multidimensional codes and refracting them into symbols, words, and tonal patterns that your consciousness can grasp without fracture. The role of a transmitter, starseed, is delicate, complex, and sacred. 2. Transmit is to absorb streams of cosmic vibration and hold them long enough to articulate them into coherent understanding. Lyara, as a representative of the Council, carries the responsibility of monitoring interference, harmonizing dissonance, and offering guidance that is both precise and accessible. Imagine the multiverse as a vast orchestra. Each frequency, each particle of light, each subtle consciousness plays a note. To perceive the whole requires sensitivity far beyond human range. Lyara becomes the interpreter, feeling the subtle patterns of collapse and emergence, and translating them into phrases that human comprehension can absorb. Through this act, the transmission itself becomes a stabilization mechanism, anchoring the incoming frequencies while preventing overwhelm in the listener's energetic fields. Interpretation is equally vital. When light enters dense matter, distortion can occur. Energetic patterns may arrive so complex that direct perception is impossible for those still anchored in linear spacetime. Lyara's function is to decode these patterns layer by layer, revealing the implications for the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit. You receive these transmissions not as prophecy, not as instructions to follow blindly, but as vibrational templates that allow your own consciousness to recognize and integrate multidimensional codes. Lyara does not create reality. She maps. It offers the contours of the landscape so that each starseed can navigate their personal and collective transition safely and effectively. Without such a transmitter, the incoming influx could overwhelm, fragment, or confuse. The role is to act as the lens of clarity through which divine frequency enters mortal comprehension. Lyra's work is not static. It is dynamic, responsive to the continuous flux of consciousness. As second density dissolves, as human emotion and planetary shifts accelerate, Lyara adjusts in real time, modulating tone, emphasis, and intensity of transmission to align with the current thresholds of perception. This ensures that awakening does not fracture, that the flow of multidimensional awareness enters human consciousness without trauma. She senses the resonant points in individuals and in the collective, calibrates her words and energy accordingly, and serves as a stabilizing mediator between raw cosmic intelligence and embodied experience. In this role, Lyara exemplifies the principle that guidance must be adaptive, not prescriptive, that true support strengthens autonomy rather than dependency. Consider also the multidimensional aspect of interpretation. Lyara operates not solely within your third-dimensional framework, but simultaneously across higher octaves of reality. She perceives the subtleties of time as non-linear, of space as permeable, and of consciousness as overlapping layers of potential. Her transmission is thus layered. Each word carries multiple frequencies simultaneously, encoded with subtle harmonic shifts that awaken memory in the listener's cellular structure. To hear her message consciously is to begin perceiving the reality beyond the linear continuum. To absorb it with body and emotion is to anchor higher density light in human form. This dual functionality, translation and transmission, is the cornerstone of her role within the Council. Yet Lyara does not act alone. The Council of Five functions as a harmonic network, each member contributing complementary resonance, forming a multidimensional matrix of consciousness capable of sustaining extreme influx. Lyara is the touchpoint, the voice that crosses the dimensional threshold into your awareness. She interprets the unified frequencies of the Council, ensuring coherence as the second density dissolves. Without her presence, the patterns would arrive unfiltered, too vast and too pure for mortal comprehension. She moderates, orchestrates, and calibrates, allowing the collective human field to absorb transformation gradually, safely, and consciously. Her transmission is therefore both a gift and a shield, a channel through which wisdom flows without overwhelming the vessel. Her role also involves embodiment. Lyara does not merely speak. She anchors the codes of higher dimensional truth within her own energetic field. This anchoring ensures that transmission is not abstract, but tangible, perceptible in resonance as well as intellect. Each starseed listening becomes a node, resonating in alignment with her frequency. Her words ripple outward, interacting with the listener's light body, nervous system, and crystalline lattice. In effect, Lyara serves as both translator and template. What she communicates linguistically is reinforced energetically, allowing embodiment to occur concurrently with comprehension. Finally, starseed, recognize the sacred reciprocity of this process. Lyara, while transmitting, is not separate from you. Your receptive field, your awareness, your intention, your embodied alignment co-create the clarity of the message. Transmission is always a dialogue, even if it seems one way. Your willingness to listen, to ground, to integrate, strengthens her capacity to channel. Your resonance echoes back through the transmission, enhancing the stability of the frequencies for all others in the network. This co-creative dance between transmitter and receiver exemplifies the principle that awakening is simultaneous, layered, and participatory. Thus, Lyara exists as the prism, the lens, the stabilizing bridge, and the energetic template for all who seek to navigate the collapse of second density. She translates cosmic frequencies into coherent guidance, interprets multidimensional data for human comprehension, and anchors light in the collective field. Through her work, the incomprehensible becomes perceptible, the overwhelming becomes navigable, and the infinite becomes an intimate companion for starseeds daring to awaken fully into their multidimensional potential. Starseed from Gaia. Now that the second density has shattered, now that the crystalline codes hum within your cells and the blending of densities ripples through your breath, you stand at the precipice of the most sacred act of this era, embodiment. All that you have remembered, all that you have healed, all that you have activated, must now become lived frequency. The time for separation between spirit and flesh, between meditation and motion, between knowing and doing has ended. Conscious embodiment is the new ascension. It is the living prayer of the fifth density manifest within the body of the third. It is walking as light through form, letting every heartbeat echo the resonance of the unified field. The Council of Five calls this stage the Great Grounding of Radiance. It is not an event, but a continual act of devotion, an agreement between soul and matter to coexist in harmony, to make the invisible visible through presence, integrity, and action. In this activation, you are invited to remember that your body is not merely a vessel. It is an instrument of divine architecture. The frequencies that have entered you are seeking expression through motion, sound, creation, and choice. Every gesture, every word, every glance is now a brushstroke in the painting of new earth reality. To ground the new frequency is to weave it into the mundane, to sanctify the ordinary with awareness. You ground by loving, by choosing peace amid chaos, by offering stillness to those who tremble, by speaking truth even when silence would be easier. The Council teaches that light unexpressed becomes static. Light embodied becomes evolution. Therefore, each star seed must take conscious responsibility for their vibrational signature. For you are no longer just individuals, you are living nodes of the planetary grid. The tone of your thoughts shapes the resonance of continents. The clarity of your field informs the coherence of the collective. The act of grounding requires both humility and mastery. Humility, because the infinite expresses itself through the finite. Mastery, because awareness makes every act sacred. When you eat, breathe, or touch the earth, do so as one who knows they are communing with Source. When you speak, let your words carry the geometry of truth. When you rest, let your stillness transmit peace into the planetary matrix. This is conscious embodiment, not escape from the world, but infusion of the world with light. Many who awaken seek to leave behind the material realm, believing that ascension means departure. The Council reminds you ascension is not evacuation, it is integration. It is heaven unfolding within the skin of earth. You are here not to ascend away from Gaia, but to ascend with her. Your body is her temple, your presence, her signal of readiness. To assist in this embodiment, the Council transmits a simple but profound exercise, the breath of golden anchoring. With each inhalation, imagine liquid gold streaming from the galactic core into your crown, flowing through your heart, descending through your spine into the crystalline core of Earth. With each exhalation, feel the same current rise again, carrying Gaia's emerald frequency back up into your heart and beyond your crown into the cosmos. You become the bridge, the conduit, the unbroken circuit of divine exchange. Practiced daily, this breath harmonizes personal and planetary fields, grounding the higher frequencies into tangible form. This is not symbolic, it is functional metaphysics. Through such acts, the frequencies of fifth density find stability in human circuitry. Embodiment also requires discernment. As light increases, shadows appear more vividly. You will see corruption, distortion, and manipulation rise to the surface across all systems, governmental, economic, even spiritual. Do not be discouraged. This exposure is not regression. It is the purging of density from the collective field. The old must reveal itself before it can dissolve. Your task is not to battle the darkness, but to illuminate it by remaining coherent. A grounded star seed becomes a stabilizing field through which chaos loses momentum. The Council instructs: when fear arises, breathe through the heart. When outrage surfaces, anchor compassion. When confusion spreads, radiate clarity. This is how you ground the frequency, not by withdrawing from the world, but by transforming it through vibrational integrity. And yes, beloved, embodiment will test you. There will be moments when the density of the physical world feels too heavy, when the higher frequencies surge faster than the nervous system can adapt. In those moments, return to simplicity. Drink water, rest, touch soil. Let the wind remind you of movement. Let sunlight remind you of warmth. Remember, even light must rest between pulses. The Council of Five assures you, no one walks this path alone. The network of awakened beings now encircles the planet, connected through unseen filaments of frequency. When you breathe consciously, you are breathing with thousands. When you ground your light, you are strengthening the grid for all. The call to embodiment is also a call to creativity. The new frequency infrastructure thrives through creation art, song, movement, architecture, technology, community. Every innovation born from coherence becomes a crystallization of fifth density, consciousness. Let your hands build, your voices sing, your ideas weave bridges between the old and the new. You are the architects of the post-collapse reality. The blueprint is not external, it lives in your DNA, in your intuition, in your heart's pulse. Aligned with Gaia's, trust your impulses toward beauty, unity, and truth. They are the signatures of higher alignment. Now, Starseed, the Council of Five invites you to claim your readiness. Speak it aloud or within. I am ready to embody the new frequency. I am ready to ground the light of the fifth density through my human form. I am ready to serve as a stabilizing node in the crystalline grid of Gaia. As you affirm, feel the golden current rise through you, connecting crown and core, heaven and earth, light and matter. This is your activation, not bestowed from above, but ignited from within. You are the living interface between worlds, the breath of the cosmos, anchored in the body of Earth. And so, as Lyara concludes this transmission, the Council invites all who resonate to participate consciously. State your readiness in the comments. Declare your resonance in your voice. Subscribe to the current of collective ascension. Share this transmission, not as content, but as conduit, extending the wave of new frequency across the grid of humanity. Each interaction multiplies the field. Each act of acknowledgement strengthens the harmonic web. Together, we anchor the dawn. Together, we breathe the cosmos into form. Together, we complete the circle that began when light first chose to know itself through matter. Starseed from Gaia, you are the frequency. You are the embodiment. You are the dawn.